You gotta film it far enough away you can see my Crocs. I got black Crocs for Christmas. Georgia thought that it would be clever to put a rainbow charm on mine. Today we're gonna do a quick tour of my woodworking shop, but first I'm gonna clean it up real quick. So I don't really know how to do a shop tour, so we might as well just get right to it. Starting here, this is an 8-inch Shop Fox planer. These are sold on Grizzly's website. I don't know what Grizzly's relationship with Shop Fox is, if they make them, if they bought them or what. But this is a lot of their tools are the Shop Fox brand. This is a Wen drill press. These are sold primarily on Amazon, I think. They are fairly inexpensive. I just installed this. I built this drawer unit below. I think it's fix this, build that. Brad has some plans for this on his channel. I wanted a dedicated drill press just for wood. I've got one on the other side for metal. Maybe we'll take a tour of that section before too long. This is my DeWalt 12-inch compound slide miter. This is a very common saw, sold in all the big box stores. I've had lots of different brands. I think most of them are good. I happened to buy the DeWalt because it was on sale with a free stand. I bought the saw, I sold the stand. I wound up getting the saw for about half price that way. I built this table here. It's got T-tracks in it for some stops. I'm not sure this is my, final plan, but it is nice. It's on wheels, so I can take it in the other room of the shop if I want, or even outside in the driveway, wheel it around. It served me pretty well. I like it a little higher. I feel like I'm not hunched over working on stuff. It works real well. I'll show you. This down here is my wood bin. So it's just a square Rubbermaid bin on wheels that I can tuck under here. I fill it up with all the scraps off of the chop saw, and when it's full like it is now, I'll take it outside and either burn it in my wood boiler, or we can even take it down to the burn pile at the end of the driveway. Sometimes I use that with some cardboard and stuff to get all the brush fires and stuff going. So moving around the room, I don't know if you can see me way over here. This is my Grizzly disc sander. It has an oscillating spindle sander on top. I made a cart for that as well. I can wheel it back out of the way. I keep it over there. This is a bandsaw I bought. I bought this off Craigslist. It's a Delta. It's very old. It's very large. I think this is a 20-inch. I actually had to make that doorway bigger just to get it in on the cart. It is too heavy to tip down. This thing's a monster. I have another here. This is a Grizzly 14-inch. It's nice for smaller work. I keep a pretty big resaw blade in this one. So they kind of do two different things. This is a circle jig that works with this one here, lays in the track. I think actually I can use it on both for cutting big circles. This is my Craig Foreman pocket hole jig. Also built a wooden cart for that on wheels. I can wheel it around. This and a lot of the other things like the drill press bench, they are all at the same height as my workbenches. So if I've got some long pieces and I want to swing this out, I can lay them here. You guys probably can't see the workbench over there, but everything will lay across at the right height and is well supported that way. This is my Clearview dust collector. I've put another one of these Rubbermaid square cans. This is a little bigger than my scrap one, and it's not on wheels. I built this lid for the top of it and just used a piece of like foam puzzle piece floor to seal it off for the dust. You can see it kind of comes overhead here with this 6-inch down to the splitter. And I've got a hose going to the table saw. And then I keep this loose hose here that I can open these ports and use it when I need it. And in there I keep some additional hose. So when I take things like over there in the corner is the It's a drum sander. It's got a brush in it for cleaning up barnwood. I show that piece if you go over my barnwood shelf build. But sometimes I like to pull that out into the shop on the other side. So I've got quite a bit of extra hose here that I can use to reach out there. On the end of my hoses, I have these Magport fittings. If you've never seen these before, you got to check them out. That's all it takes to hook up a tool. They are totally awesome. They don't come off. I've got them on all my tools, especially the ones that move around. You can see here I got it on the joiner. That way, if you want to move a tool anywhere in the shop, or I don't need a separate port for everything, I'm just one guy working in here by myself, I can easily pull it off and switch from tool to tool. This is my table saw here, otherwise known as the heart of the shop. This is a SawStop 3-horse cabinet saw. If you have not seen these before, go to their website, go to YouTube. There's videos all over the place. Watch how this thing works. It is totally awesome. There's a cam in there, or a brake that will stop this blade if it comes in contact with your skin. I had a near accident with my last saw. I had a very similar saw. It was a Delta, where a board kicked back and I fell towards the blade. I managed to miss it. The board hit my hand. It really gave me a good scare, and I decided that you don't get too many chances to have that happen where you don't hit the blade. So anyways, I made the investment. I bought this saw, and so far I've been pretty happy. I built a router table into the side extension you can see on the right there. That is also made by SawStop. And I built this rolling drawer unit for all of the table saw accessories that goes underneath it. I also store my router bits in there. So that brings me to this area of my shop. This tends to be kind of the catch-all, this bench here. I've got a little jigsaw there. This is a mortise press for drilling square mortise holes for mortise and tenon joints. I've got this rack where I hang up most of my DeWalt cordless tools. A lot of them are not on the rack right now because they're in a bin from our last trip to Kentucky. I've got some various hand tools, planers, knives, flashlight, glue, all these tools here, wrenches for routers and saws and things for blade changes, some files, chargers. I've got this big messy pile of sandpaper here, and I like to keep a lot of my stuff on the bench where it's easily accessible. You know, I will never be the guy that has everything in little drawers and everything perfect. If you ever watch any of Adam Savage's stuff, he says, you know, cabinets and drawers are where tools go to die, because when you put them in there, you'll never find them again. I think that's true to some extent. I like to leave things as messy as it looks out in the open where I can see them. I can see what I've got and I can grab it when I need it. On this end of the bench, I've got all my pneumatic tools and some wrenches and things hanging up. Tapes, glues, ear protection, respirators, some saws. Got a stereo here to play some music. Different chemicals, cleaning solutions, thinners, some oil, things like that. Masking tape, some routers. I've got kind of painting stuff here and some of my finishing stuff on the shelf. I don't know if you can see underneath here, all the way down, is where I keep some of the bigger tools on some of these benches. Things that maybe you don't need all the time, but you just kind of want to get them out of the way, keep them up off the floor so it's easy to sweep. And that's about it for this workbench. So in this last section of my shop, the shop is not very big. All in, I think it's about 24 by not even 30 foot, which is pretty good size. I mean, that's better than a 2-car garage, or about that size. And I have a lot of room in the rest of this building for other things, but specifically for woodworking, that's what I've got. This is my Grizzly 15-inch spiral head planer. This thing is awesome. I went from just a rigid, you know, with blades in it, little 12-inch like you buy at Home Depot. That thing was good when it was brand new, but then it just kind of went terrible afterwards. This is a 220 volts. It's a monster. It's no comparison. That joiner is also a helical head. That is just a game changer. They're much quieter. They cut way better. everything about them. I would never go back. I've also here on these shelves is where I keep most of my fasteners, screws, nails, staples, pneumatic nails, things like that. I keep them all right there. I keep a bunch of clamps here on the wall. If you look, I don't know if you guys can see here, it's kind of back where we started. I've got all my hammers hung up, some extension cords, tool belt things, some shelves, pipe wrenches, levels, just whatever, put stuff all over the walls. So hey, thanks for watching my little shop tour. I hope through the magic of editing it's looks better than it felt while I'm filming it here. It's always funny to think, you know, I look at the shop every day. Why would anyone else want to look at it? But I guess it's the thing to do. So let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed the shop tour here, if you got any good ideas, or if you have any questions about the things that are in here, maybe something you saw that I forgot to talk about. I'd love to talk to you about it. So anyways, thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next one.